able to look at the tape and see exactly what your stats are. Don't be shy about what your stats are, man. How many of us want to go out there and we want to lose weight? How many of us say, you know what, I gotta lose weight, I want to get smaller. But we're scared to step on a scale and look at where we are in the first place. Don't be scared, man. You can get to your journey, but you gotta be realistic and gotta start somewhere. Embrace the start and go for yours.
First of all, guys, let's thank God for the blessing of a brand new day and the opportunity to once again enhance self. God could have made our whole life one sunrise and one sunset, but he did choose to break it down. So no matter how dark it has been, today we have been blessed with the light of another day. And today I want to talk about something called the fact that no one celebrates the process but the manufacturer. For those of us that went out to eat and went to a nice restaurant, or even not even a restaurant, you just went to a friend's house or even your own house, and somebody just brought you a beautiful, beautiful plate. If you want a steak, the steak was cooked perfectly. It was thick. It had the nice macaroni and cheese. It had the spinach. It was presented right. The table was clean. The silverware was beautiful. It makes people want to pick up a phone and take a picture. How many people take a picture of the plate because it's so beautiful? But nobody really takes a picture of the chef or the person who prepared the meal inside with flour all over their clothes, where they got butter on their hands and everything's everywhere, because who really wants to take a picture of a chaotic kitchen? When you're out there looking to pursue your goals, you have to understand that once you decide that it's your goal, and once you decide that it's your dream, and you have prayed and now it's time to work, then you are the manufacturer of that dream. And the only person that's going to celebrate the process is you. They will come around when you cook that meal perfectly and it's done. They will come around when you bake that dessert perfectly and it's time to enjoy that cheesecake that just tastes so good, or that banana pudding that tastes so good. But nobody's coming around or that excited when you're cutting up bananas and trying to figure out the recipe. Let's say building a car, right? You see a show and somebody builds a car and you look at him like, man, and they like, oh man, I need this part. They taking this old car and they making it beautiful. I like shows like that where they take old school cars and they come in all beat up and they start changing the brakes and all that. But everybody's watching the show, yeah. But you know what though? They're really waiting for the end of that show to see what that car really looks like. That's what people around you are doing. Some of them are around you and they're waiting for that car to be shown. And they're literally just a spectator. They don't really care either way. Some of them really want you to win and they're on your team. And some of them haven't decided whether they're on your team or hate. But if someone sits and watch and waits to see what's happened while you're trying to achieve your goals, sometimes they haven't decided whether they're going to be a cheerleader or a heckler. They're a spectator who's waiting for the results. Do you understand? And you have to understand that that's okay. That's just a part of it. Everybody's not going to be on your team, but you have to embrace that process as the manufacturer. So when you present that finished car to the world, they're so excited about it. You know what I mean? I'll tell you guys a story. Me and my business partner, we started a business, and eventually a guy had pulled us to the side and said, hey guys, are you aware of something called zero interest programs? And I was like, nah, I don't know about it. He basically was a friend of ours that worked at a Jag dealership. He's like, look, a lot of people, at this particular time, they haven't heard of it. He said, but if you go into a dealership and you tell them you want to get the zero interest program, you know what I mean? They'll let you know that there's certain programs that qualify where you deal directly with the bank and it's completely permissible for you guys. And I was like, great. He said, but the catch is you got to have really good credit. So I said, man, I like the sound of that. I didn't check my credit. I went into Audi. And because we were, our confidence in the way we went in there, I was like, you know what, man, we need a nice joint. Yeah, something crazy. They like, all right, bet. So they running us around, they giving us test drives, and we so confident. We got the business checkbook in our hand, and we ready to go, right? And so at the end, we were so confident. We said we want to get on the front of the Audi. We want to get a European license plate that says, TNS or this business or whatever particular business that we were representing at the time, and they online, they ordering a European license plate and everything. Nobody had ran our credit because we were so confident in the way we came in there. So we're sitting down and we're ready to, put whatever deposit down, and we told them what the zero interest program, and they come back out. They say, hey guys, I need you guys to go ahead and leave, man. I said, well, we're customers. They said, you guys have got to be joking. I don't know if come on, man. Have you guys taken a look at your own credit? It's terrible. So I said, Is it that bad? Yes, it's that bad. So I told my partner, I said, you know what? We're going to dumb it down a little bit. We're going to go to Honda. That way we good. You know, ain't nothing wrong with starting at the bottom. We'll work our way up. So we just went on, skipped on down to Honda and tried the same thing. And Honda came back and was even more upset than they were at Audi. And told us, you guys got to get out of here, man. You don't qualify for 0 interest. You don't qualify for 100% interest. You guys are terrible. You have the worst credit in the world. So in the process of fixing our credit, nothing was desirable. It wasn't desirable to call a company. It wasn't desirable to pay a monthly fee. It wasn't desirable to go through our finances. It wasn't desirable to pay back everything that we had owed that messed up our credit in the first place, that we weren't even aware that it messed the credit. But it was very desirable 7 months later when we walked in a car dealership and we got 0 interest, totally halal loan on the car. They told us you don't have to put anything down. And what do you want? Rolled around, told people about the 0 interest. Man, y'all brought man, alhamdulillah. That's nice, right? They need that. But nobody wanted to see you get a check for $1,000 and spend $750 on debt. Nobody was excited about that. So you have to understand, guys, when you're out there working to achieve your goals, it's okay to remember that it's not going to be sexy in the journey, except for the person taking the journey. It becomes sexy for everyone when you actually reach the goal. You understand? So when we were starting our business and we knew that because we were going into the home care business at one particular time, before we even got to that point, we knew that we needed to start this business and not pay ourselves because we were 2 men. We had big families, a lot of children. And we knew that the business really couldn't afford us, guys. So we had to pay the caregivers. We couldn't afford an office staff. So what I did is I had actually took a UPS job from 3 o'clock in the morning to like 8 o'clock. I don't know if any of you guys ever worked at UPS, but you work like a 5-hour shift, so you don't really need a break. And, you know, it's not full time or whatever the case may be. And then I would shower at Planet Fitness, and I would go to the job, and I would work from 9 to 5 p.m. for free for my business for almost 6 months. And then at 9 p.m. at 5 p.m. I would drive Uber from 5 to 9. Now I was working like a dog. And then on the weekends I would drive Uber 16 hours on Saturday and 16 hours on Sunday. I virtually had no life and I was a zombie, but I would make sure that I washed my face. I would make sure that I was praying my salats as I should have, alhamdulillah, and I was working my own business for free. When people who loved me heard that I was working my own business for months and it wasn't paying me anything, they begin to put their 2 cents in. Man, I don't know if y'all really know what y'all doing, bro. That's not really the way to run a business, bro. You need to stop taking clients, man. You can't even come out to the game with us, bro. At what point is this a bad idea, my brother? You're tripping. You got to slow it down so you pay yourself a little something. I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't trying to get in your business, but that right there, I ain't feeling that business model. Well, when I do my joint, I'm definitely not doing it like that. That was them giving their 2 cents on the process, but we knew that in order for both of us to maintain the type of income we needed to provide for our families, we needed the business to grow fast. But when it was time to sell the business, and we're not going to put this on the internet, but you know businesses don't sell like cars. They sell for quite a substantial amount of chicken, right? So when it was time to sell the business and go ahead and cash in on what we had built, and then begin to, experience some of the freedom that you have from the sale of the business, everybody was around to enjoy the finished product. So you guys have to understand, you believe in what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know what you're trying to accomplish. All you got to do is believe in yourself from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, to the deepest part of your heart, and stop looking for naysayers to give you an opinion on a dream that they did not have. And when you get to that finish line, believe you me, the line will be around the corner to congratulate you on your journey while they took no notice of it through the hardships. Remember, guys, keep growing. Mud to the subs. You can get it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Able to look at the tape and see exactly what your stats are. Don't be shy about what your stats are, man. How many of us want to go out there and we want to lose weight? How many of us say, you know what, I gotta lose weight, I want to get smaller, but we're scared to step on a scale and look at where we are in the first place? Don't be scared, man. You can get to your journey, but you gotta be realistic and gotta start somewhere. Embrace the start and go for yours.